Asta is finally here at the Lands of the Witches, and his next opponent is going to be Damnatio, as he is ready to save everyone from the wrath of him. Because Damnatio has been dominating in the past couple of chapters. He destroyed the witches, the Witch Queen, Dorothy, the Black Bulls, just everyone that came against him with his scaling magic and his atmosphere magic. But now he's facing against a different beast, which is Asta, and we have been waiting for these two to actually fight ever since we got the introduction of Damnatio, because Damnatio really wanted to execute Asta, and he kind of banned Asta from the Clover Kingdom. So all of this has been anticipating this fight ever since they both met each other during the trial of Asta, and we all wanted Damnatio to catch these hands. So of course we get a flashback of Ryu telling Asta to get ready because someone is about to go ahead and pick him up and take him to the Lands of the Witches. And before Asta is able to go, he thanks everyone for everything that they have done to make him stronger, to make him try to adapt and master his anti-magic and all of their hospitality and everything. So while he's thanking everyone, Finro has appeared with the thread of the faith of the cat on him, and he's there to pick up Asta, which does make sense because in the last chapter we saw Damnatio destroys everyone from the Witch Queen, Dorothy, everybody, but we didn't see Finro actually get hit by Damnatio's atmosphere magic. So Finro was already being teleported to the lands of the Rising Suns to pick up Asta, as Asta is celebrating that Finro is here to pick him up. So Ryu asks Finro, can one more person join you? As Finro says, yeah, and then he tells Ichika to go and join Asta because she will be a bigger help for him to fight against Lucius, because she is the strongest person in the Lands of the Rising Suns and very skillful. And then Ichika denies it because she's just like, look, my job is to be by your side. And who's going to protect the Lands of the Rising Sun if Lucius decides to reach here? But then we see Yoshuga as he says that he will be there to protect the Lands of the Rising Suns. And he tells Ichika to go. And then on top of that, he's just like, don't do Asta like that after everything that he has done for you. And as we see, Ryu tells Ichika to go ahead and see Yami and make sure you come back alive, which is very important because Ryu knows that Ichika knows the real truth on who wiped out the whole Yami clan. And then now that the fact that she's able to forgive her brother and know that his name is clear and she wants to make an amends, and this is a perfect opportunity for Ichika to actually go out ahead and meet her brother after so many years of just not seeing him and have that hatred, to kind of apologize to him and actually be a family again. So it's just a great sign to see that Ryu is taking that opportunity to make sure, like, Ichika has that opportunity to actually talk to her brother, because she did say that if she ever meets Yami, she will want to apologize to him. So with that, we also get to see Yoshuga as he is stepping up, because we all know Yoshuga is actually powerful, because in that backstory of Ryu, it's stated that, Yoshuga and Ryu were like rivals, were friends and rival, and they were equal to strength. But of course, Ryu was the more wiser one. So it does make sense that, Yoshuga would take over the role for Ichika until she comes back alive. So before they leave, Ryu says that the faith in the world is in your hands, and Asta, go on ahead and whoop Lucius' ass, as Asta says, I got you. So Asta, Finro, and Ichika finally arrive at the Lands of the Witches, and they are just in shock, including Asta. Asta is pissed off because he sees everyone is on the ground, defeated, bloody, and in critical condition, as Damnatio is the only one standing tall. And this is just showcase how badass and how dominant Damnatio is, because you just see bodies just everywhere in the field with this panel, as just everyone is just not even getting up at all. And the only person that is just there is literally Narrow, as her pretty much magic is still intact because she technically didn't get hit. So while that's happening, Damnatio is telling Asta, so you finally come, huh? Only now, after everyone that faced against me has been fallen. And Asta is pissed the hell off, and he whips out his demon destroyer sword as he tells Finral that maybe we can save everyone still if they still survive. And he says, I need you to focus on the treatment and I will handle Damnatio. As Asta says, all right, okay, I got you. And Asta says, I'm not going to lose anymore, as he continues walking forward to Damnatio. And Damnatio is saying in his head, my scaly magic is meaningless against someone who has no magic in the first place. So he goes on ahead and he activated his atmosphere magic. He says, with my atmosphere magic given to me by Lucius, I will pass judgment on you. But the anti-magic has suddenly protecting Asta from the effects of it. And Asta pulls out his katana sword. And Damnatio is looking stunned because he just cannot believe what he has seen, that his magic is not even working. And Asta is just continue walking forward and getting closer to Damnatio, as Finro noticed that Asta has gotten more control over his anti-magic and is not flowing crazy at will. And then so Asta says that your almost invisible magic seems to not be working with mines, as Damnatio is preparing to attack Asta because he knows that Asta is going to strike any moment. So Damnatio, he's trying to hype himself up because none of his magical powers are not working, so he's going to rely on his physical attacks. So he says to Asta, you sinister, who dare disturb the order of peace that I brought upon Lucius, fall in the name of justice, as he charged towards Asta. But Asta says, what part of your actions aligns with peace or justice? And then Asta goes on ahead quickly, in a blink of an eye, already cut Damnatio's sword. And he cut Damnatio. And the power technique that he used was Zenten. And the chapter ends after Asta blew past Damnatio, cutting one of his wings, cutting him in half, and his sword. And that's just pretty much the end of the chapter, as it looks like Damnatio, no matter how dominant that he was in the past 3 chapters, he has been one-shotted by Asta, and that is it. And this one thing that I can say that I would have to say about this chapter is that Damnatio look like a clown. We cannot take Damnatio serious after this whooping, because throughout the 3 chapters, we saw the buildup of Damnatio and how powerful he was. And we kind of speculated that this was going to be like at least a tough fight, but seeing Damnatio get one hit by Asta, even though it's rightfully so, because Asta did got powerful and he did train with the Ryuzen within the 7 days that he was there. And it does make sense that Asta has to win. But it would have been a little bit nice to see Damnatio actually put up a little bit of a fight, but because throughout the 3 chapters, we see him just straight dominating. But we all knew the outcome, that Asta was going to win and Asta was going to save the day. So yeah, and another thing is too, that I wish that we kind of would see the devil ball that Damnatio has, because we haven't seen how he looked, because we all saw the other devils, and I was hoping that this chapter will see it, but it looks like we're not going to see how this devil actually looks, which is a little bit bummer. But other than that, this was a very good chapter, because Asta's finally here, and then Ichika is there, so she's finally going to meet her brother Yami, and this is going to be very, very interesting to see how they're going to react after so many years. But Asta is back, and he's showcasing that he is not going to lose. He showcased that he knows how to master and adapt to his anti-magic, which is really great, and it showcased how strong Asta is, because this chapter kind of just indicates that Asta has gotten a lot stronger, because Damnatio is a very powerful person and he's like supreme devil level. So it just showcased that Asta, even though he did a one shot and defeat Damnatio of ease, it just showcased that Asta is a lot stronger, and he is capable enough to actually fight against Lucius. And this is going to be very interesting. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter. What do you like? What do you dislike? Corrections or anything else that you can say about anything in this chapter or this review. But remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out.